Hey friends, welcome to this channel. My name is Sarah May Ives and I have a super strong passion for helping women to start profitable businesses. Businesses that are highly valued and businesses that pay you what you're worth while helping other people and living your true purpose. If you'd like to learn more about doing that, I've got a free guide on exactly how I started my ads business. I will link it in the description below. So, what are we talking about today? Today we're going to talk about how to find your first agency client. So, you've decided to learn the ads, you've decided to take the leap and learn the skill of how to do it, and now you're ready for your first paying client. Let's chat about some of the ways that you can get clients as an advertiser. Now, just to circle back for a moment, what is a Facebook advertiser? What is an Instagram advertiser? Let me tell you. So I started in 2017 running ads for other businesses. I started off initially by running ads for myself. And then what I learned is that I really loved doing it. I really enjoyed doing it. It was highly creative. It was also collaborative. I felt like I was providing a really valued service and my clients were reflecting their satisfaction back to me. So I realized that I needed to turn this into a business because not only was it something I was passionate about, but people were willing to pay me appropriately for my time, and I was providing a valued service. And I was moving the needle for not just me, but for the business owners that I was providing the service to. So, what is entailed in running ads for other companies? Well, simply put, you run their advertising campaigns. Every single business under the sun needs to do some form of advertising to get more leads and to get sales. So that's where we come in. And now I have an advertising agency and we have a roster of clients that we run their ads for. I now also train women on how to start their own ads agencies as well. So I have those two arms to my business right now. So let's talk about how you can get your first agency client. There are really a few core ways that you will get clients. You're going to, number one, run your own ads. Simple, right? Because you're already an advertiser, so you should know how ads work. Number two, you can do organic outreach or reaching out to others in your community, whether it's your local community or whether you're manually reaching out to people online. Thirdly, you can go to industry events, networking, and you can try to expand your network and let people know what you do and answer their questions. And a lot of times that can turn into clients as well. And then the last typical way to get clients is obviously referrals. So my agency now almost runs 100% on referrals. So happy clients continue to send more potential clients my way. So let's dig a little bit deeper about those 4 key ways that you can get clients. Number one, running your own ads. I have found one of the most effective way to get clients and to get clients quickly is to run your own advertising campaigns. What is required here? You want to have your ads. You want to have a really compelling hook, a really strong reason for someone to book a call with you. Because you and I both know the market can feel really crowded. So what you need to do is create an ad and a hook that makes you stand out from the rest. And then you want to have a booking funnel. So you want to have an ad with your strong hook that goes to a booking page where they can select a time. And then once they've selected the time, you want to send them to another page which has a screening questionnaire. And usually on the screening questionnaire, we ask their name, number, email, to see their website. We ask them if they've tried, advertising before, what's worked, what hasn't worked, and what they're really struggling with, and if they have money to invest in their success. So that's the screening format that I recommend when you're doing this book a call funnel. And then when they hit the submit button, you want them to be redirected to a final thank you page that has your face on a video saying, thank you so much for taking the time to book a call with my team. We will be in touch with you and look forward to chatting during the hour that you chose. So that's roughly how your advertising campaign should look. You're going to want to do the ad to the book a call funnel. So they can select a time, they fill out the questionnaire, and then they're sent to that final thank you page. Another thing you may want to do as well is you can even add a landing page, or more like a sales page, for why they should book the call as well. So they see the ad, they go directly to a landing page that describes all the great reasons they should book a call with you, and then the button on that page takes you to the book, the select a time page, which goes to the book a call. So all in total, it's landing page, select a time, fill out the questionnaire, thank you page. So it's a 4-page funnel. So let me know if you have any questions about that. But that is how simple and easy it is to get your ads running, get your funnel up so that people can directly book a time to chat with you. Let me talk a little bit about the software I use. I highly recommend using a service called Go High Level. It is a new and upcoming funnel page builder that integrates a lot of the previous softwares that you had to pay separately for. So within Go High Level, you can set up all your funnel pages, you can integrate your domain. They have a scheduler, a calendar. They also have a questionnaire. They basically have everything you need on one platform. So that's the software that I do highly recommend when building your funnel. And then you can also use the software for building your funnels for your clients. And for those of you watching who might be newer and you're hearing this word funnel and you're like, what the heck does funnel mean? It essentially is a very specifically designed web page, and funnels can be super easy to build. A lot of times it just takes a couple of hours to learn how to do it. I could definitely teach my 11-year-old son how to very efficiently build funnel pages. So there's no coding required, nothing like that. So now we've talked about the ad strategy, the funnel, so people can book a call directly with you, and then they pop into your calendar, and then you give them a call. Okay, at the designated time. Now, when it comes to client acquisition, you might be wondering, well, how much ad spend do I have to spend to get my first client? This varies among different people for different reasons, but roughly speaking, I can acquire an advertising client after spending about $500 in ad spend. That gives me enough calls so that I can speak to enough people that 1 or 2 people will say yes to my services, and then I'll turn off the ads and then, add them to my client roster, onboard them to the team, and get their deliverables working on. That's how I function from an agency perspective. Now, in the very beginning, when you're first starting to run ads, it's not unusual to spend a bit more. So even going up to $1,000 or $1,200 in ad spend is not unusual. And the reason why is a couple of reasons. Number one, Facebook ads tend to perform better the longer they run. So you will optimize your ad campaigns as you start to run them longer. Second to that, different people have different levels of expertise when it comes to the sales. So some people will land their client within the first week of running ads because they've had some great sales calls, whereas other people go through a little bit of a longer curve with the sales training. Now, if you haven't gotten sales training, I do highly recommend you do so. That was one of the most important investments in my business, was learning how to sell appropriately. And in my program, my mentorship program, we do absolutely have a huge component on the sales, training you in the sales, the scripts, the exact questions to ask, so you can work with clients that you're really excited to work with. So that's all the info I have for running ads for your business. Now, second, the organic strategies. So an organic strategy that can work really well is to get out a tracking sheet, an Excel sheet, or a number sheet, and start to track the number of people that you want to reach out to. Then what you're going to do is send them an email. Cold email outreach can work surprisingly well in today's day and age. Another trick I like to use when reaching out to local businesses or companies, or even just online entrepreneurs that you want to work with, and you should put together a list of people that you would be really excited to work with, you can go on to download the loom.com extension. So it's spelled LOOM.com, Loom. And what this tool allows you to do is to create a video while you're on the web. So a wonderful strategy for outreach to clients is to pinpoint the people you want to work with, Then go and do them a really quick website review. Provide them some value in a Loom video, and then you can include that link in your email outreach. And you can say, hey, so-and-so, I took a look at your site. You've done a lot of things right. I also saw a couple of opportunities for improvement that you may be interested in. And then paste the link for the Loom video and let them know that they can contact you with any questions. The nice thing about the Loom strategy is when people open the video, Loom sends you a notification that someone has opened the video. Sometimes they even say who actually watched it, but if you sent it to one person, you probably know who watched it. So that's a good indicator as well of how interested they are, because if they didn't open up the video, then potentially they're not that interested. But if they did, that means you can follow up with either another email or a phone call a few days later to see what they thought. And the things you can say in the Loom video are reviewing aspects of their website, checking if they have the Facebook pixel tracking code. Little things like that can provide a tremendous value to people. So that's the organic outreach strategy that I recommend. I do recommend making yourself a target, like every day you'll reach out to 10 people, and then over the span of about 100 people, it's not unusual to get 2 or 3 clients for every 100 people that you reach out to manually. So that's the organic outreach strategy that I highly recommend. And you can do an approach of, approaching local businesses. You would want to make a list of the types of businesses that you want to work with, track their name, their email, their phone number, and then track each action that you took. So if you sent them an email, just check sent email, and then create a column for follow-up. You followed up with them. So this is a strategy to use. Now, obviously it takes a bit longer and it's a little bit more intensive, like labor intensive. But if you're on the side of getting started with very little ad spend, it's a much, you don't have to spend any ad spend. So I like to say if you've got more time than money, the organic outreach strategy is a really good one to consider. So we talked ads, we talked organic. Now let's talk about networking. I have gotten contracts with some of my best clients through networking and going to live events. So I would look to industry events happening in the industry that you're hoping to work with. So for example, say you want to be like me and run ads for online coaches, people that are, have trainings or programs or one-to-one, and you want to run their ads. There are many industry coaching events that you can go to. So one example is, I know Lewis Howes has a yearly School of Greatness conference. Let me think of some others. The Institute for Integrative Nutrition, I believe they have a yearly conference. Don't quote me. I think they did it one time. All this to say, you can absolutely do some great research to see what are those industry events that people are going to, and then get a ticket. And then when you go there, network. And you want to tell people what you do, answer their questions. When it comes to Facebook and Instagram ads, I have always found there's been immediate interest in the services. When you tell a business that you run Facebook and Instagram ads, they're immediately intrigued because a lot of people struggle with their ad strategy. So when you tell them that that's your specialty, there's often a lot of interest. So the networking events can work extremely well. And then fourth, the last strategy is referrals. So when it comes to the momentum growing with your business, you've got more and more clients, you can do what's called a referral incentive program, which is really just fancy lingo for letting your existing clients know that if they refer someone to you and the person signs a contract to work with you, you will give them a percentage. I usually give anywhere from a 10 to 20% thank you, like referral thank you to people that have successfully referred someone to me, because it can seem like a lot on the front end, but advertising clients tend to stay with you a long time. So over the life of it, it's more than worth it to build this incentive into your program. And a small side note, once you do start getting clients and you start working successfully with them, don't wait too long to ask your clients for some feedback videos for how the service is going, and just to give you a testimonial video or text to support the great work that you're doing. And a lot of people feel like, oh, well, I probably have to wait until my client, makes $1 million before I can ask them for a testimonial. But that's not true at all. Even if you had a really wonderful onboarding month, you gave them lots of great value, you set up their campaigns, and they're getting off to a roaring start, I would absolutely check in with a client and say, hey, can we have a quick meeting over Zoom? I wanted to ask you a couple questions about your experience with me so far. And that's where you can just ask them about how, if they're satisfied with your service, and get the recording of them saying wonderful things about you. So these are the 4 key ways that you can use to get paying clients in your agency. Obviously, the first 3 strategies are great strategies to use to even get your first paying client. I'm so excited that we had this chat. Let me know if you have any follow-up questions, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. If you like this content, if you enjoyed listening to me, then please subscribe to this video, press the notifications bell so that you will see when my new videos come out. So have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon.